Gunbow,
Hey,
more like
it's another
Gonbow.
Saturday night, and welcome to No Aria. It's not Grimdark. It's Lost and Found with D and Brig.
Got him.
What's up, Internet? Welcome to not exactly on the seat of your pants body horror session, but we'll do our best to keep you guys entertained. I'm already off the
And I
rails.
need to
Does
get a picture of
anybody?
Will?
Oh, he had one last session.
And
Where'd it
no,
go?
he had it on his OBS. I don't have it for
okay.
mine.
Yeah, Will is also AFK. We don't know exactly where he is. We'll find out. But does anybody want to try and recap the last session? I know we missed last weekend. I'm sorry, that was a family emergency on my fault.
I don't think
Everybody's okay?
Your fault.
On my part.
It'd be your fault if you tried to break your kid's arm. Them trying
Yeah.
to
Something you need
themselves
to
is
tell
another
us?
issue.
I was sweeping the leg. No, it's just don't let your kids try to climb up the wall while in socks on top of a slippery desk. Especially when you're not there.
They made him worry that they had broken their arm, so he broke their other arm.
This is
Relatable.
If we're going to urgent care, we're going there for real.
You tell him you fell down the stairs.
I'm not gonna let you make me look like a fool in front of the nurses.
It turns out this is grimdark, guys. Oh,
Children being
That's okay.
hurt. Yeah, it is.
yep. Winding that back. Anybody else want to take a stab at a recap of last session?
I genuinely don't remember.
You don't remember all of like that intense prayer session and your talk with your God and all that cool stuff?
And spending
Now
like
that you've said it, I do.
5,000 platinum for information and making me spend my money so you could spend more.
5,000. What are you, a baby that can't remember things?
You're the one that said you don't remember, baby.
Yeah, that was you. You cannot
Yeah, I
make
know. I know what I am.
fucking babies.
It takes one to know one.
Does it?
Oh, we're all
stupid?
doomed.
Stupid.
You know what, Scott?
What, you gonna cry at me, baby?
Fuck you.
Wait, are we 15 seconds in? Are we past the YouTube?
Oh,
Shitting
cut
Scott's
off.
pants.
this is it. The quality D&D people are here for.
This is what happens at the table, man.
Brandon talked
This
about
is
how he
reality.
assaulted his child. Garrett and I threatened to kill each other. It's the norm.
Now we've got those out of the way. Anybody? I'm going to be talking a lot, so if you guys want to take the mic, please go ahead.
I like this.
Who remembers?
It's great.
Who remembers anything? Is it just me?
I remember
I remember
spending
all of- oh my
lots of
God.
money.
You guys have approximately 30 seconds before I go to the absolute worst thing we did that week.
We
Do
talked
it.
to the one guy whose name I don't remember in Declan, and we got a lot of information out of him for a lot of money. And we're on our way to go do a thing.
You invested a lot of money to get information. You have not gotten that information yet.
We're still talking with this guy?
No. You left him. You left your money with him in the hopes that you
Oh,
would get
okay.
information.
We gave him money to bribe everybody else. I understand.
Yeah.
Or retire in a nice area of the world.
You're gonna go back and it's like the whole building's gone. There's just an empty lot.
Some idiots gave me a bunch of money later, suckers.
This is the real grimdark.
Fraud.
All right, Wavash, we've hit 30 seconds.
Well, we spent like maybe 45 minutes trying to figure out how to get Blaskin some freaking dirt. That's what I remember. That was important from the last session.
Yep, that happened. There was a lot of conversation about dirt.
Hey, it was good. That was
Oh.
good quality conversation. Blaskin's gonna learn about hydroponics.
Yeah. Okay. You guys had been in the Alabaster Wall Vault. Gone through in the last session. Gone through in the GrimCon session. We were all together. and acquired the second tablet of Torag, which Flint was after because he had already been holding on to the first one from his hometown the entire campaign. I think he's had that longer than his wallet.
Definitely.
You acquired the second tablet, made your way out, which was there was a lot of prep for it, and then it was a very lackluster exit when like nobody was looking for you. Made your way back through the city toward Iggy, who was the fence that had given you directions toward the tablet in the first place. Sat down for a while and invested quite a lot of coin in looking into Lucky's predicament, the gnome that worked for the Gray Circle, was also a diviner. Sorry, coming up with words here. That had been tasking your party from the very start in various forms to find these lost artifacts that kind of comprise the goal, the meta goal of this campaign story, like overarching story, unless it just runs off the rails and then we'll have something else going on. You ascertained with information you had already learned from scrying that he was held in some kind of metal room, and then the scry attempt was kind of clouded by these yellow eyes. Does anyone recall if there was more detail given on that in particular during last session?
No.
Yeah, actually, we figured out where that might be.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Well, I didn't get quite that far.
So, just based on details that you were sharing with Iggy, and I believe it was a religion check from someone or a arcana check. This had a very kind of devilish vibe to it,
Yes.
and the discussion in the room kind of pointed you to one of the gate cities in Outland, Ribcage in particular.
That's right, Ribcage.
So that was like the most information you had so far. And then everybody dropped a whole bunch of money on Iggy's desk to say, hey, find as much as you can. Then everybody left and talked about dirt for a while, and then went to check on the bookstore where several of you had actually all of you have entered the campaign through some form or another. Found it partially repaired. The door was brand new. The windows were clean and rebuilt. Kind of frosted glass on the outside. There was some deliberation about how to walk through the front door, and some discussion about, okay, if I picture someplace in my mind, can I walk back out through the front door and go there? And that didn't meet with any success. And then at the very end of the session, the proprietor himself, Haversham, showed back up looking no worse for wear. And I believe Gumbo and Will had been trying to reorganize the entire book system.
No. We were picking up books off the floor and putting them on the shelves.
By the second letter of the author's name?
We're doing our best, okay?
I mean, you picked a system. But I believe that is where we called the session last time. Bradley, did you find his picture?
Yes, I found a picture until Mick gets on.
So all of those details being the case, Aversham is standing before your group. You are all collected in various points within this still very disheveled bookstore.
Yeah.
Some piles have been starting to be placed back on the shelves.
Yeah, I remember that
in-
part that they Nick was trying to randomly place them by some odd order, and
Mhm.
we had fixed the tea machine, and I'd offered Haversham some tea.
That's right. You did this really cool kind of like you sucked
Use
the parts
fabrication.
out and then like shoved them back in. It was like this really cool. 'Cause that, what was it? You were like, I don't know, man. It's late. Paint it for me.
Yeah, you're like, how's it happen? I'm like, fuck if I know. I'm barely awake right now. And so you went into a
Yeah.
big description until you kind of run out of juice on it.
Yep. Uh huh. Fair enough. Yeah, there's a fully functional tea machine again in the corner. The kind of woodwork shelf / cabinet that it's on is back in one piece. And there's actually just a slight bit of steam starting to exit from a couple of the pipes on top of the overly complicated mechanical construct. The $500 espresso machine. But otherwise, yeah, Haversham's there, just taking in the scene, and the floor is yours, I suppose.
And said he looked like he's been healed up too.
Yeah, he actually looks hardy and healthy.
Let's fix that.
Not
Are
for
you
long.
really average?
I don't think that's I don't think that's broken. I think he's supposed to look like that.
It looked worse for the way last I saw him. So, looked like he got patched up.
Oh, was that to Haversham?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's amazing what the barracks in the city can do, and I believe I caught wind of a few others. But yes, back to my old self. Have you gotten any wind of Master Felix?
I've put out a lot of money. I just kind of cut my eyes over at the rest of the group. But no, Felix. So I believe Flint's got a little bit more information since he's the main one heading that up.
I'd feel remiss if we put off looking for him. So we're looking for him.
Very much appreciated.
Drop like
I have
50
been
plat.
doing-
Trying to find information from information dealers.
Well, if there was anywhere to do so, this city is definitely the place. No bit of information flows through the multiverse that doesn't end up here at some point.
Our leads so far are some lots of what is there? The glowing eyes with of an evil nature, and a broker said rib cage. Sounds like rib cage.
Devils. No, no. What I recall from the assault in here, that they were men, blue-cloaked men, 2 or 3. Didn't count quite enough. I was actually making tea at the time.
Well, is there anything else that you can remember?
The it was late in the day. There were no words exchanged. Well, none from the attackers. It's kind of blades in the dark. Small cuddles and daggers, and they moved very quietly. And then I heard, shouts from Master Felix and bundling. I assumed they were capturing him in some sort, either a net or a bag. I mean, he's not a very large fellow. Yeah, I was taken out of action quite quickly and left under a bookshelf. So, but there was no bizarre, sulfuric stench or nothing to lead to ribcage in particular. I'm just assuming that there's some kind of devilish connection, but based on the nature of where you say he's being held, I don't really follow.
Hmm. Well, I'm glad you're doing better.
As am I. Been, also working within the through connections in the Grey Circle to try and increase the efforts to find one of their more tenured members. Very important to me. We have quite a long history and connection, and it'd be like losing a brother. Master William, and I believe it was Gumbo. What exactly are you doing with that bookshelf?
Oh, we were just trying to get some of the books off the floor. We, in hindsight, this is probably not the most helpful way to do that. I will stop touching things.
Just that anthology needs to. It actually goes around the corner, and then he like starts like delving into a long spiral of where all the books that you're putting away are supposed to go, just like spotting the spines in your hand.
I will try to put things away correctly.
There's wait. Yes, it's back up. There's actually a cart for books that need to go away. It's over there. You just put them all on top. It's fine. There's just this like tightly constrained concern, like he's doing his best to continue to be the charming, pleasant bookstore owner, and he's like, "Don't mess up my shit."
Oh, just in time.
My sinister cravings are over. I will be good now.
I mean,
I've satisfied my patron.
are proper introductions in order? Have you properly met Gumbo before? Not destroying your organization?
I don't believe so.
Oh, hello. I'm Gumbo. It's nice to meet you. I'm the new guy.
Havisham of Havisham's. What? I think I had a better word for it back when I wrote this 2 years ago. Bookstore.
I stick my hand up really, really high in the air.
He will actually. He squats down, so he can do his best to reach out at level and shake back.
Excellent. pact
Would
is
you care for
sealed.
some tea?
You like whisper it under your breath. The pact is sealed. What was that? Nothing.
I mean, what? Wow, tea would be great.
This contract is signed.
This is our another one of our acquaintances, Wyvosh.
Oh,
Yes, hello.
yes, I don't think we've had the pleasure. Havisham.
Wivosh, I think I rolled out of your door earlier.
You know, I've heard recent tale that that's happened several times.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
On.
Sorry if I broke anything. I don't know.
As far as I can tell, the only damage was done by the assailants. Otherwise, it's been business as usual. We are still missing the door key.
Did you remember to change your locks?
Was that out loud?
Our locks continually change.
Okay, well then losing the key's not a big deal.
But it's not that kind of key.
Oh. What kind of key is it?
He motions to the top of the door frame, and you see an inset, maybe like a 2-inch in diameter circle. That's maybe like a half inch deep. That's just built straight into the door frame.
Oh. Maybe you should get a regular key.
I think some of the original members might have remembered this feature of the door.
Lucky May, I do not.
I would say Lucky, Will, and Flint would have. We could all roll a history check to see if they could naturally recall what was going on there. Will or Flint, you guys
I
want to
don't
roll?
know if Nick's here. I know he's
Oh,
in channel.
Yeah, I'm
He's
here,
also on the
sorry.
server.
What was I rolling? I was getting water.
Wait, no worries. You guys are in Haversham's right now. I was asking for history rolls because there was a mention about the key to the doorway and like the inset
Oh.
circle in the door frame.
Oh yeah, I'm super smart. I remember this.
What? Do we lose Garrett?
Are you gonna cam Nick?
No. Am I doing history?
I don't know what
Yes.
that response was.
Nick said no. Lucky, it's not quite coming to you. There's too much details at the time. Flint, you recall this is actually like a port key. So they had a coin, like a very specific coin that they would put into the door frame and rotate to change where the door went.
Hmm.
But that doesn't answer Flint's question. It's just you know that. Yeah, this was the artifact element of like the Howl's Moving Castle door frame.
Yeah. That's how we got into that big lab part. What I think was a lab.
No, there was a back doorway that went to directly to the Gray Circle archives.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Jeffrey.
So to catch you up, Nick, we recapped and talked about Dirt, and you guys are in the bookstore. Haversham's there, looking fine, uh, catching up with everybody, meeting Gumbo and Wavash, and just offered Gumbo some tea.
Oh, Gumbo's about to get the good shit.
Since Gumbo said yes, you watch him quickly kind of shuffle past everyone over to the corner of the recently rebuilt, not immaculate, intricate tea set. Turns some dials, pulls some levers, pulls a couple different satchels out of a series of small, like apothecary drawers, and drops them into like a central vat, and then through a complex system of pulleys and levers and steam whistles.
I have a question.
Yes?
Why so complicated? I mean, it's a exquisite piece of machinery, but isn't tea just tea?
Pulling all the flavors from the right places takes quite a detailed system of inputs and outputs.
So it's not just the ingredient, but the process of preparation as well? She takes out her notebook.
Yes, but ingredients themselves, I suppose, need their own preparation. Depending on the ingredient, you need to treat it in a certain way. Combine it.
And as he finishes that part of the sentence, he pulls a smaller teacup, maybe like a little espresso shot size, that has just been poured, and turns around and hands it down to you.
Oh, delightful. Thank you.
To create the
Take
right
it with
blend.
one hand. Just kind of nod and start sipping on the tea.
What's one of the earliest memories that Gumbo has?
Ooh.
I'm asking because this tea is going to pull from a very deep spot in your memory.
I want to say as a very young child, you know how people will give their babies lemons to see their reaction? I want to invoke that like first taste of lemon again.
Is that like a Californian thing?
Yes, I don't know.
No, we
No,
did it here
it's a-
to Morgan. She had zero friggin' reaction. She just sucked on the thing because she liked it.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this.
My two kids had completely different reactions to it. My first was just like, oh, and the second was, can I have more?
That was
Yeah,
Morgan. She's
I'm
just
gonna
like, okay,
say-
this is good.
I'm pulling this from my grandma making herself some tea and letting me suck down a lemon.
So it's not like punch you in the face, but it is very, very citrus forward, and then follows with just like hints of smells that you recall that kind of express themselves more in the holding it in front of your face than in actually drinking it. But it's this weird wave of nostalgia in a cup.
Wow, that's more like an experience than just a beverage.
You have to treat the ingredients right. Anyway, I'm curious what the next step is. How do I assist in any way? Are we? Well, I don't want to say we. are you all continuing to search for Master Felix? Is there anything I can do in that regard? Is there anything that's come in front of that, or in addition?
Well, the others put quite a bit of money into finding Ribcage, so I think it sounds like we're gonna try to figure out how to get there.
Oh, great, wonderful. I suppose I'll do my best to continue working inside the Grey Circle to leverage their resources as well and figure out what he was what he was after. It's strange. She seemed almost bizarrely focused on these artifacts of late. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. I'll try looking into that angle, I suppose.
Otherwise, he's gonna. If nobody else had any comments or questions, he's gonna continue pulling things off of the return shelf and putting them in their correct place on the shelves.
So are we going to just kind of hang out for a few days to wait for information, or what did we decide on that?
That's a question to y'all.
That's
It
why I'm asking.
sounded last session like we were gonna hang around a few days.
Okay, so you had at least one day to kill before checking back. But we can play it however you guys would like. If there was stuff that you wanted to continue investing in or do elsewhere in the city, anything you were curious about, uh, or we could just kind of time skip to the checking back in with Iggy.
Yeah, so if we're gonna hang out a day or two, I think I'll stay with the old man, have him straight up a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, I think that I will do the same. I will start by helping with the shelf that I was not correctly putting shit away on.
All right, he gives you whoever wants to help. He gives you guys like a 20-minute tutorial on his indexing system, and I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. Like you'd have to roll a nat 1 on an intelligence check to not get it with his teaching style. So you guys can spend with everybody helping. I knew you were gonna try.
I had to.
With everybody helping, it only takes the rest of the afternoon. Like you spend the rest of that day helping him get everything off the floor and back in order. It's a full team effort. So he's thankful, offers some like snacks from the back room, which has the door back to the Gray Circle is still in repair because they have to build it from both ends. The enchantments on the door frame still need a new key, but the actual door itself has been repaired at the front door, and everything is looking much better in good kind of comfortable repair. There's a nice clean floor again. Everything's been swept out. You're kind of kicking the last of the dust out as the evening you can't. It's not really evening sun. It's just kind of a natural dimming of the light that kind of courses through the torus of sigil. That kind of beckons the evening. But yes, as the last rays of whatever illumination are starting to hit, you've had a full evening's work and kind of bid Haversham adieu and head back to the grounds that you own in the ladies' ward. Probably takes you like 20 minutes to get back at this point. You're fairly accustomed to a couple routes now.
We don't have like a map of our location, do we? Like I don't want to say floor plan, like a picture of the property.
I can have one for you next time. I didn't know if anybody was even going to be interested in it, but I can definitely put that together.
Okay.
Like I've got a mental map of it. But yeah, that I can give you guys I can have both like an open kind of sigil city map where we can put pins, and then an actual like homestead map, like floor plan, by next week.
I'm asking because I actually, for what Blaskin's trying to do, I need to know how much space I'm working with.
Gotcha. So you have some garden plots, like raised plots, and your shack in the backyard.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Like, for me specifically, I'm wondering how much space I have in the backyard.
Okay.
Because Blaskin doesn't want to just do a garden. He's gonna go like full on orchard, if possible.
Back the napkin math, based on what I'm thinking in the plot you guys have, it's mostly the building, but you have like kind of wraparound garden up to the front wall. So if you took everything up, you could probably fit like, I want to say 10 more planters the same size that you have now.
Put that in my notes.
But I'll give you a better visual on that by next session.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna, when we get back to the area, Blaskin's gonna have a burst of creativity. He's gonna use the new feat you gave me.
Build a pile of dirt.
Yeah. Brandon gave me
Put
the
it-
power to summon dirt.
I'm proud of you.
I do think it's funny that we talked about it, and I'm just like, yeah, it's really strange that I can conjure all these other things, but creating baseline dirt is apparently too advanced.
And then you just pushed the edges of Arcana too far as a druid. And you're like, oh, never mind, there's dirt.
It was truly an advanced magic. No one had ever done it before.
Well, it's tied to the the growth magic, which is important because I think there's shape earth, but there isn't create earth.
Could we use create food and water, and then we could just wait for the food to rot?
Yes, there are so many other ways to short circuit this by taking a longer approach.
I know. It's just strange that there's no direct approach to creating dirt. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna immediately turn around and cast plant growth on my current plants, the tomato and the the cinnamon apples, and I'm going to do that until I get more seeds and immediately plant those in my new dirt.
Okay, your new dirt doesn't have a housing because you bought materials to build the planters.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Plaskin actually thinks that far ahead.
Fair
At
enough.
least not yet.
Okay. So you've got kind of a nice organized section of like I think what was it, 2 apple trees and like 3 or 4 tomato vines. Yeah. And then just this pile in the corner that's growing something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plaskin's not an organizational guy, okay? He just does.
No, he's
If he was
he's,
an
he's very
organizational guy,
he's very nature chaos.
yeah, yeah. If I were more organized, I wouldn't. My quote unquote bed wouldn't be the shack in the backyard where I sit in a corner and power down.
Oh man.
When Blaskin's done for the day, he's done for the day. He doesn't fall asleep. He powers down.
All right. Anything else anybody wants to do with the evening before y'all call it a night?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. We'll say another kind of mild day comes and goes. If there's anything that is important internally to like inter-character dialogue or projects, let me know. But otherwise, we're gonna move to the next morning, where over kind of late breakfast time, you guys hear and at the door again is scampish little Declan.
Yeah, I think the little scamp's here.
I rush to the door as quickly as possible and I open it. And then before Declan can even say anything, I hold out one of the cinnamon apples and I'm like, please try this and tell me what you think.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I hand him the apple.
Oh, he's already eating it. Sorry.
Oh, excellent.
I pantomimed that part. I guess I'm the only one who can.
So Blaskin's look on his non-look on his non-face right now is he's like holding his hands like up to his chin in excitement to hear what Declan's about to say, but there's just no facial expression at all.
Oh, the uncanny valley of AI. Yeah, he grabs it, takes a bite, and he's just kind of lost in thought, and you see his eyebrows furrow.
You hate it, don't you?
Did you put spices on this?
I put spices in it, not on purpose.
Accidental spices taste amazing.
Yeah.
He takes like another 3 quick hurried bites.
All right, come on in. Yeah, he was right. Declan's here.
I just showed up. Hold on.
Takes another bite of the apple.
Iggy, you know, he's got some stuff. Found a quite stack of information for all you primes. So, I mean, that's all, honestly, unless you want to feed me more.
I give him a tomato.
Do I just bite into it?
I mean, you can. Might be a little juicy.
Yeah, normally these are like in soups and stuff. Okay.
Next time you get a chance. Oh, okay.
It's spicy.
Woo! I mean, that's fun. That's fun in a. Well, I can't say in an apple. I guess in a tomato.
See, I've been reading a book on stuff you can do with a tomato, and something in here about a spicy tomato on a thing that I don't really like the name as much because somebody called it a Bloody Mary, but it looks like I can use it for that.
Yeah. You. You just like take one of these and just smash it down into the cup. That's the whole thing, right? And then just add the liquor on top. Oh, You're already done. Well, that's enough free information before I run afoul of my benefactor, so I guess I'll see you all at Iggy's.
I'll follow you there.
You
know,
can try.
if you're going straight there, I guess.
Yep, I'm already out the door. Bye.
Shit, we better get our stuff.
You guys know the way. I mean, he's the body language of Declan is just overly comfortable in your space, and he's led you there, I think, twice by now. So it's just like him leaving is not like I'm screwing you guys. It's just like you got it, whatever.
Yeah, I'm more
He
concerned with
vastly overestimated.
the longer we take, the more he charges.
I also think he vastly overestimates our sense of direction.
Wuvash can roll survival with advantage if he wants to track his way there.
Let's go! I have a +0 to survival. Thank God I have advantage.
I have a +5 survival.
Yeah, but you don't have his advantage skill for Outland. Wow. Yeah, Wuvash has totally got this. If there is any hesitancy in the group about like where to go, he's just kind of immediately already making the right turns.
Everybody step back. I've been in a bar.
I've been in the right bar.
Yeah, you guys easily make your way to your burning desire, Iggy's establishment. And the little ding-a-ling goes off above the door as you walk in. No one's present in the main room, but after the bell goes off, you hear off in the distance, "Be right down!" As somebody flips over a upper balcony, landing a little ungracefully behind the front bar.
I applaud
Oh,
the
good.
trick.
You're all here. I think I had investments from 1 to at least 3 of you. Trying to keep it straight. So, lots to catch up on. Where to begin? How was your evening? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great.
Getting by.
Yeah, doing pretty good.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I guess to business, why not? So, we talked about ribcage before, correct? Well, yes, definitely. We'll just put that line item. Your compatriot is absolutely in the gate city of ribcage. Okay, done and done. We know that for certain. Based on all the additional funds, let's see, what do I want to start with first? There are a couple of options on trying to find a portal directly into the city. Because, of course, we're here in the cage, so getting there is going to be any kind of equation of how to get out of the cage and then toward your destination, so to speak. So, in no particular order, all of the investments have succeeded in the following information. There is a kind of merchant logistical guild. They're called Thriftwind Mercantile. They move a lot of goods through the plains, so they oftentimes have information or internal notes on different portal locations. So the best I've ascertained is they might have a portal inside the city itself, the city of Ribcage, that is, for a favor. Second, just so you know, Ribcage is definitely a city right on the border of the Nine Hells itself. It's dedicated to, devils and their persuasion. Now, I don't know how much you all know about the Blood War.
The Blood War.
Does anybody have religion proficiency?
Me.
Anybody with proficiency in religion, go ahead and roll a religion check.
Not I.
Flint, the Blood War has been a basically eternal war between the legions of devils and the legions of demons. Two completely separate fiend factions. The Nine Hells being the devils realm, and I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't remember it off the top of my head. Being the demons realm, but they continually come to blows. They're kind of constantly at war. So that comment standing. So I don't know if you need any additional backup going into there, or if you want additional assistance, but they're in the lower city. You could definitely recruit some demonic assistance if you're so inclined, especially if you persuade them that it's blood war related. That it's not allowed here in Sigil proper, but the promise of getting a dagger in to the other side is always a good motivator.
Fair enough.
Third on the list, yes, I see. Outland is an option, but, and I know you've been there at least once before. You could just make your way from the portal you've seen all the way across the space, but that's pretty far if you don't know exactly where you're going. Connecting the dots, however, I believe you have a monk friend whose order is based in the Outlands. Someone you've worked with before? They might be able to get you assistance in traversing the path there, or finding you a guide.
Is that the dwarven lady?
What did I wrote down a number. 40?
Yeah. The cute one.
She was definitely not a dwarf.
I thought she was a dwarf. What was she?
A variant human. She just had a Kiwi accent.
Okay, maybe that's why I was attributing it.
Also, additional funds assisting. I've gotten word that a certain information broker in Undersigil has recently been trading in portals to profit from the Blood War. They have several nicknames, so it's hard to trace. The latest I found is just them, and he does air quotes.
Them. air quotes.
Yeah, as in that's the name they go by.
Hmm.
Also, this is where if there were any additional asks aside from Felix with that money, and I forgot, please remind me.
Is do we know like any of the nature of Felix's capture or anything like that, or just
Well, we know where he's being held.
heard it's a nice place this time of year?
Hold on. I had a note here. Let me see if I can find it. No, not exactly where in the city itself.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry. He can narrow the search again. The location in the city is in a prison. It's a kind of smaller prison that's just known as CLASP, CLASP. Sorry, I missed that line.
Okay.
So it gives you kind of a destination to try and pursue if you make your way there.
Well, I'm partial on asking that monk friend to find us a path through. Anybody else?
Yeah, 40 is good people. Should be helpful.
And also keep in mind, these aren't exclusive options. They're just all the options. Well, sorry, they're not. They're not all the options. Just, how do I phrase that? It's not either or. It's this is everything that I dug up. It's a buffet.
Well, it's very tasty.
Like a buffet.
Should I have said cafeteria plan? I don't know.
Bobby Buffet.
She could just help me remember all of our options. They were the monk friend who would
So-
help us find a path through. There are some demons. I don't remember exactly where you said they were.
If you want to recruit
On
some
the edge of the
demonic
nine hells.
assistants, if you want to recruit some demonic assistants, they said in the lower ward in the city is a good place to try and recruit around. There is a mercantile guild called Thriftwind Mercantile that deals in extraplanar logistics and would possibly serve up a portal into the city for a favor. And then there's the broker in Undersigil known as Them, that you can talk to because they've also been dealing in portals for Blood War. Profit.
As you do when the war is around.
Huh?
These demon guys sound like some fine folk.
Yeah, I'm not sure we want to mess with that.
Why not?
Yeah, the whole demon thing. Yeah.
What's wrong with the demon thing?
Oh, I personally had more of a problem with the war profiteering than the demon thing.
Yeah, that's not good either.
Oh, Lucky, what would you say the difference between a demon and a devil is?
Now, would I have? I know. Would Lucky have any information on at least vagaries?
I figured he's a big enough nerd.
You know, it falls into your circle. If you want to do an Arcana check on it, it's not a super high DC. Yeah, you beat a 10.
Yeah. So
you know what? You said you know, so go for it.
Yeah, the main thing I think dealing with that would be Devil's going to be more lawful. They'll follow contracts. Now they're going to try to screw you over. They're going to try to do everything to get what they want and give you nothing. But they will honor their word. Demons, on the other hand, are a bit more chaotic and might as well just eat you as well as look at you. They're not motivated necessarily by anything specific than their wants, and they're not going to honor anything. So if we have to deal with either of the two, I'd rather deal with a devil. That's if we have to. I'd prefer not to deal with either of them because it's going to cost us in the end somewhere.
Well,
Just going to add from like a sanity perspective. If you're going into Ribcage, you're going to be dealing with devils regardless.
my sanity.
I don't know if I ever had any of that.
Roll that wisdom save.
Oh no.
Where was that on the id check?
Well,
Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Well, if the demons aren't trustworthy, then we probably shouldn't do that. The devil guys sound okay.
you good with contracts?
Can we afford a really good lawyer?
When you ask Blaskin, are you good with contracts? I feel like Flint has a moment where he remembers that he worked on a merchant ship for free for 2 years.
That does not mean anything.
And Nick, when you ask, do we know any good lawyers? It's like, yeah, I think that's pretty much what all of them are. So dealing with
but
any
we
of the
need-
devils.
We're going to
Yeah,
the
but
nine hells. Then
We need a
we're gonna be
non.
fucking lousy with lawyers.
Hang on, I gotta add that to my character concepts list now. Hang on.
Demon lawyer.
Let me just add that in while Brandon's not looking.
Yeah,
As an action?
I'm adding to my skills lawyering.
Yeah, Brandon, don't you know how his dad became king? Demonic
Yeah, I
lawyer.
do, actually.
lawyer.
And it's not that.
Oh. I'm pretty
That
sure
would
it's
be
that.
more interesting.
I'm down for securing a path through the super fun hells that we're going to be going through.
And what's your path to get there? You did. So the options were, well, the the resources that were put in front of you, you guys can always do something else, was
Demonic assistance.
well, no, demonic assistance is just an option. If you're going into a devil city, if you want an ally, the easiest one to find and the most like inspired would be of a demonic persuasion. And
Right.
so
And,
you
and
kind
we
of
don't have
hone
to
it-
pick one. We could go get 40. We could go get a demonic assistant. We could do all the things.
Right. So that's again, all those things are up to you. And what has been put in front of you is you can talk to this trade guild, which would offer the information that has flown through or flowed through the system is that they'll offer a portal inside the city itself if you do them a favor. There's the demonic assistance note. There's going through Outland and the idea that you can get in touch with your monk friend who is out there, and then there's going into Under Sigil and talking to an information broker that has been dealing in portals as well. And option 5, none of the above.
My money's on doing a favor or meeting up with our Outland monk friend.
May want to bring 40 along. Might help with that favor as well. Also depends on what that favor is if we even want to do it.
Something tells me around here that once we know what the favor is, it's too late to back out.
Never know.
Yeah,
We're
okay,
still
for
feeling
sure.
this place out.
Sounds like we need all the help we can get.
Say we get 40 first. Night, Sarah. I guess Brandon hit AFK real quick.
Yeah, I'm
He's got the.
Oh, it does say on the Twitch stream, DM is AFK, no
Yeah,
shenanigans.
he may have had something pop up real quick.
all the
well-
shenanigans.
We're gonna immediately fuck up this office while he's gone.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Vancouver? I say we do all the things. Let's just see how fucked up we can make it.
I mean, you're not wrong. If we do everything, at least something is bound to work, right?
I mean, yeah.
It's like if you flip a coin enough times, you'll land on each side the same amount of times.
And we'll have to make Brandon juggle a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. Who's Brandon? I'm just kidding.
So, how did your game go at your uncle's?
It went great. Played a lot of fun games. Played Hail Hydra. That was a fun game.
What kind of game is that one? I haven't heard of it.
It's
I mean, I've heard of Hail Hydra, but not the game.
Yeah. So it's it's a more social game. So you pick the role of heroes, and secretly you divvy out these loyalty tokens. Depending on the number of players, you can have anywhere between 1 and 3 secret Hydra agents. And basically, what you do is each each turn you play, there's villains that you're trying to defeat, and they get progressively harder. And each turn that you play attack cards from your hand that are either positive or negative. Positive is good; you want a higher positive in order to attack the villain. Um, the Hydra agents are going to be trying to sneak some negatives in there so that the villains don't get attacked, or at least don't get attacked and killed. Or I guess knocked out is probably the more apt term. And for each round that the villain manages to stay up, they will do damage to New York City. Hydra wins if New York City is destroyed. Shield wins if they defeat all the villains, including the final villain, which is of course Red Skull.
Now, is this with minis or cards or what?
Oh, it's with cards. Yeah, there's it's up to 8 players, so you can have up to I believe it's five shield agents and 3 Hydra agents would be at the maximum at 8. We only had 7 people, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. So basically, it's some of the main heroes as well as some other like Daredevil is one of the heroes. She-Hulk is a hero. Um, fucking Nick Fury and who was Agent Carter. So there's a few other ones in there, and
Peggy Carter.
yeah, no, not Peggy Carter, Sharon Carter.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. But then they all each hero also has a special ability. So the hero, like for example, I think Captain America's ability is after you defeat the villains. Well, okay, I kind of missed something. So during the attack phase, when everyone's playing their cards, they go in order, and everyone puts down between 1 to 3 cards, and you can't give any specifics as to which cards you're playing, but you can say whether or not it's overall good or overall bad. And you can use something descriptive like very good or very bad or something like that. And then the whole social aspect is once you've defeated the first villain in between each mission, you guys get to debate who you think is secretly a Hydra agent and is basically screwing you guys over. And then you get to vote that person out of the next mission. They can still share, if they get voted out, they get to share 1 or 2 cards with another player. So they can still try to influence the mission. They just don't have as much influence. And then you keep doing that. They get to rejoin after the next mission, and then you can either vote them back out again, or you can vote a new player out. And ideally, you want to vote out the Hydra player, but ultimately, there's some different abilities that every single hero has. So, for example, Captain America gets to vote twice. So everybody points during the vote phase. Everyone points at who they want to vote for. And Captain America's ability is that his vote counts for 2. Who was it? There's a promo card. I don't actually have this card because this was at a convention that the company that made the game went to. But they made a couple promo cards, and one of the cards was Scarlet Witch, and her ability is actually pretty cool. She can use her ability during the attack round to remove another player's cards from and basically put it back into their hand so they don't get to play any attacks that turn. So if she were like a Hydra agent, she could play it on potentially a shield agent and put all the good cards away, or vice versa. If she was a shield agent, she could get rid of all the Hydra agent's bad cards.
That's cool.
But it's a lot of fun. I enjoy the
Is
kinds of games. It's fairly simple too.
Now, does it have anything? Is it just like a standalone game, or do you have to buy like expansions for it? Or
It is a standalone game. They actually don't have any, except for the 4 promo cards. They don't have any expansions. It's been out for a while. I think it's like 5 years old at this point. Not really sure why they never made any expansions. My guess is that it's difficult to really do anything Marvel related. I'm guessing the amount of fucking
Licensing.
like licensing and copyright and lawyers, and I'm guessing pretty much anything. And I think this was also before Disney bought Marvel. Or when did Disney buy Marvel?
You know,
When was that?
almost
That
10
was
years ago
recently,
now.
right?
It was almost
No,
10
it was
years
like
ago.
08
Was
or
it longer?
earlier.
Huh,
I can't remember for sure.
Damn,
I
that
don't-
feels so long ago.
Yeah, I don't actually remember. Maybe it was shortly after, but they could have
2009,
still.
guys. That was 2009.
I
Was
was
it
close.
really?
I said 08.
Wow.
That's a lot of years ago.
Trying to see if it says when it was released. Yeah, it was released in 2018.
Yeah, my daughter
Oh,
was
and
born
the
in 09.
publishers are Spin Master Ltd and Korea Board Games Co. I don't know either of those. That could be another reason. It could be that the publishers might be hard to work with.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So we decided we want to do all the things
Okay.
because we want your job to be harder.
Hey, Baron. thanks for the
21
raid.
rating party.
Whoa,
Hope you had a great
it's
game.
the Lord Bayron. You know, drop the O, and it would be another very funny name.
For you. So the party has decided to investigate all of the various branching story options given to
I mean,
them.
I think so. To be fair, it was mostly Bradley and I talking. I don't know if we got everyone.
Yeah. I mean,
I just said
let's
if we
make
do
sure
all
we
the
get some
things, it's
buy-in.
more shit you've got to juggle. So
Yeah,
well,
I'm down for picking like one thing to do.
You want to do like
sounds
one at a
reasonable.
time? We could do one at a time. Yeah.
I already said what I wanted to do.
Did you?
you're kind of
Yes.
the de facto leader, sort of.
What
That
do you
is
want to do?
true.
I said we should go check out the nature of this favor.
That's good. I love nature. I'm really good at nature.
Are we leaving immediately?
Yes.
Okay.
it just answers okay.
Hey, let's head out.
Just making sure.
So which direction? What are you heading towards?
The Mercantile Guild.
Okay. Okay. Before you head that way,
Yeah, plus me.
take a brief pause.
Mm.
You guys all did hit level 10.
Oh,
Yes. I need to do that, I guess.
I think everybody does because you're all still level 9 on
Oh
my
yeah,
screen.
I am showing to be level 9 still.
Yeah.
So let's just take a brief pause and then let everybody
There we
level
go.
up. Get some new hit dice, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
I got the
Oh,
third
shit.
eye.
What did I get?
I get a new fighting style.
Oh no!
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa. Well, it takes a full action, by the way. But I mean, this is like completely out of combat utility.
That's pretty awesome.
Damn. What did you get that from, Will?
What?
That's
what,
me.
What was the source of that? Oh,
Third eye? That's not me.
sorry. It's because
see
you
Will
had your
above it.
save right above it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's me
All
for
right.
hitting 10th level as a
What?
divination. So I guess I'm
Oh,
kind of
man.
foreseeing.
I mean, if you want to, I got something pretty sweet too, though. I'll show you what I got real quick. So I can choose between hide in plain sight, or there's a replacement for it, which I'm going to use, and it's called Nature's Veil. But I have to go into my class to get it because the default that it gives me is hide in plain sight.
Are you just quiet or were you muted?
Me?
Okay, yeah, I wasn't hearing anything else. I'm like, did we lose sound?
No, I'm just waiting. Nick was pulling something up, and I was listening for everybody else. I'm looking up some background music, honestly.
I have perished.
All right, here it is. This is what I'm replacing hide in plain sight with.
As a slight aside, before we get too far into this, Brandon, I need to confirm: would it have been okay if Blaskin brought like a burlap sack of Synapples with him?
Is that going to impact your leveling?
No.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Like you've been carrying cloches on your belt.
Yep.
So
I give
like
Snapple
carrying
to
a
Iggy.
bag of something is fine.
I give a Synapple to Iggy too.
Oh.
And then I ask him if he
Will-
liked it. Do you like it?
Okay, we'll retroactively you hand it off and he kind of when it's handed to him I don't really get gifted fruits these days. Usually it's coin or favors or information, but I'm curious, honestly. Can you franchise these?
If by franchise you mean give them away for free,
Oh. Oh, you sweet summer child.
I don't think that's
I-
how it works, Blaskin. I think it's supposed to be like the first taste is free, and every taste after is going to cost you.
I'm
Why would
going to keep this for myself and not inquire about it again. If you do things with it in the future, then by all means talk to me about it. But this was a very sweet individual experience, and I thank you for it.
you're welcome. And then I turn and look at Will and say, why would I want to charge for the other taste?
Well, I don't really know, but that's whenever I'm in the city and somebody's always trying. Usually, it's weird. So sometimes some of the traders will be standing in alleyways, and they'll wave me in, and they'll say something along the lines of, "Hey, pal, yeah, come here real quick. I got something for you." And they'll offer me a taste of something, and they'll say, "First one's free, but after that, it's going to cost you." And I don't ever taste it because I'm afraid that if it's good, I will end up spending all my money. And they're never offering apples either. It's always something in a bottle or like a fine powder.
Yeah, there was that
They
time
sh-
when they had that powder stuff.
Yeah, or actually, there was one person offered me to smoke a plant, which I don't smoke any plants. Smoking is bad.
They really should have offered an apple.
Yeah, if they offered me an apple, I would have absolutely bought it.
See? Wait, no, not buy it. Apples should just be free.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's criminal that you have
Well,
to spend
when you
money
when
for
you
an
got
apple.
that apple cart that time, you weren't giving them away.
No, I bought the apple cart. I was eating them. That apple cart was for me. I wanted to eat the apples.
Now you have apples on demand. Like, Blaskin, can you grow me a tree real quick?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like 10
my
times
God.
better. It's all the apples and none of the cart.
All right, so
Yeah.
where's everybody at? Like getting to level 10.
Oh, I'm done.
I dropped the thing onto my character sheet and I was
I mean,
done.
mine was easy. I literally only
Okay.
get another fighting style.
I'm just looking
I
through
got
spells.
nothing.
get 2
10. Okay, no, that's fine. What was the new fighting style, Wivash?
Defense. I get +1 additional AC.
Can't go wrong
So
with
you-
that.
you pick one fighting style in combat?
No, I don't think you do.
Oh.
They're technically not exclusive, except for the ones that require different weapons.
Okay, so you're just stacking fighting styles.
I am stacking
You're
the
like-
2 fighting styles that it is possible for me to stack. Yes.
Okay. Like
I
I
get
went
to
to a
choose-
different school and learned new stuff.
I get to choose another favored terrain at 10th level. Oh, I need to do that real quick.
I mean,
Actually-
you could maybe use 2 weapon fighting and archery together, I guess.
When the session is over,
I fire 2 bows.
when the session is actually over, Brandon, I have something I want to go over with you about what I get at level 10 because it is
Sure,
kind of OP.
Okay.
There are other terrain types. I don't really know if any of these other terrains would really apply to me.
I mean, they're all written there, right?
Yeah, I don't feel like I spend any time in any of those other terrains, though.
Well, you're traversing the multiverse at this point, bro. Maybe you saw something that kind of sparked your eye?
Can I choose the multiverse?
No.
Oh man,
That's saying all of the above.
Can you pick urban?
is there an urban option? No, there isn't. Could I make an urban option?
I think we would have to add it to Fantasy Grounds, which I'm pretty
That's
sure
not an
can be
automated.
done.
This just gives him bonuses when he's in a certain terrain. It's not an automated.
Yeah, like difficult terrain doesn't.
He
slow
would
your
just
group's
automatically
travel.
add like the bonus or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well,
when you say
okay,
it's
so-
appropriate.
Well, here,
Right,
let me read real quick, and I'll let you decide if you allow urban or not. So, difficult terrain in this environment doesn't slow our group's travel. We can't become lost except by magical means.
Is it automatically the entire group?
It says your group.
Yeah,
can't
'cause it's
become
like
lost.
he's
I'm
leading
assuming it's when
this.
I'm with them.
Good, as long as you're leading.
Yeah. Even when you're engaged in another activity while traveling, navigating, foraging, navigating, tracking, I remain alert to danger. If you're traveling alone, you move stealthily at a normal pace. When you forage, which would be for apples from apple carts, you find twice as much food as you normally would. While tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
And what is your current favorite terrain?
I have forest. I started with forest, and then I acquired mountain at level 6.
Okay. And so what are you trying to add?
Well, I just want to know if urban would be an acceptable. It's
I
kind of a natural environment.
I like the idea because you like for this whole campaign you have actually been pulled from your natural environment for the most part and been thrust into more urban settings. The entire like arc through Dunmoreau and Flint's hometown, here in Sigil, the time you've spent, the navigating of the larger port cities on the south continent than the north continent, and then going through the entire arc where you guys kind of went through Bellador. I think it applies. Like you've been exposed to a whole new environment and had to adapt. So I would give you urban.
Say there's one
Right.
too, kind of a for like the background. If you want to read through that, is the urban bounty hunter under backgrounds. It's just kind of somebody that would be built for doing that kind of stuff.
Well, I grew up as an outlander, which makes sense that I was, in the wilds.
Mhm.
So I think I'll stick with that for now. I don't think I'll change that, but I'll read that and apply it as possible.
But yeah, if you want to add urban as your new favorite terrain, you've spent enough time in very tense situations, actually, in multiple continents and multiple worlds, that I think you've got a kind of generic sense of how cities move and flow. Yeah, I'd buy it.
Cool. Well, thank you. Thanks for the suggestion too, Bradley.
Sure. Those birds.
I hear those birds.
Y'all are still in the city. I had to use this at least once today.
There's birds in the city.
There are.
Well, maybe not here. I don't know.
Just heard somebody. Did you hear that? Some guy laughed.
Somebody walking by telling a joke to their friend.
Wish I could have known
Funny
that.
sounding laugh.
Are we all caught up on leveling?
I believe so.
I'm still
Pretty
looking
much.
through spells.
Okay, no worries, man. Take a minute. It's all good.
I don't
Go
really
ahead
have
and
anything
lead
to
us
do.
on.
Okay.
Don't wait for me to pick that.
What was the first destination? Was it the sorry, I think you guys said it before. Was it the other mercantile place?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just trying to dig through my notes. Okay. Here. I've definitely split my notes between two systems. Okay. Sorry, scanning to make sure I've got what I need to know.
I think we should go somewhere else, guys.
How many combat encounters do I need? No.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
That's all that's written on my right monitor.
It's just a big button.
Just say rocks fall, everyone dies. So, the details that Iggy gave you lead you back into the clerk's ward. So it's maybe like a 1 hour trek. Declan's happy to guide you guys. Just kind of pointing out shops you don't want to spend money at. And then he leads you to like a simple kind of side-leaning shack with a round-top wooden door. It has a ship carved into the center. No more than like 10 feet tall. It's a thin shack. It's stuck between two buildings. And then he just kind of bows and hands off.
I mean, there's your door. But here's where we are. I'm gonna head back. Best of luck. Oh, and
Thanks, Declan.
make sure just they're kind of sticklers for routine and detail, so just make sure you know what you're signing on to, and that they're above board on all of their sides of the contract. But yeah, they do good work. I'm pretty neutral on them as a general idea.
Is that above average for your opinions on things around here? That you're neutral on that.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Good question, Flint. You know what?
Flicks you a gold coin.
That was a good question.
Good looking out, Declan.
Yeah. I like you, Flint. You know what?
He just kind of scans the party.
I got a good vibe about you guys. Anyway, I'm out.
See you around, Declan.
He just runs 10 feet down the alleyway and then jumps off a table onto an awning and then onto a ceiling.
Just
onto
scrambles
a roof.
Yeah.
Is that entirely safe?
He's a rat. He just fucking scurries away. He's gone in an instant.
I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to mentally memorize everything he does, and later on, when no one's looking, I'm going to try to do the exact same thing. I want to know if I
You
can
better
do
not
it.
try that shit around our house. We just got that. Go ruin someone else's building.
Stop doing parkour. Ruining the paint.
Will, I have faith in you. I think you should give it a shot if that's what will make you happy.
Is the door locked?
I look at you and I'm like, oh, did I think that out loud?
No.
No, well, if you try it,
It's worse,
no.
worse when he says no.
But manners would dictate that you knock.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to make sure I could turn it, and before I open it, I'm gonna knock.
Yeah. Okay. So again, this is a weird, tiny little hovel that just barely fits between two oppressive buildings on either side, on a back alley. And as you knock, the door doesn't just ramshackly swing in, but you hear somebody walk up a set of stairs and reach and open the door behind. You're immediately struck by kind of a strong gale, flowing out of the door, carrying notes of scents and smells very foreign to this kind of dusky back street. And you are looking down into a staircase that widens out into a much more massive operation that's festooned in just dark woods and stained glasses. Dozens of employees moving around, cataloging papers, sitting down at simple desks with various patrons. All of the people scurrying around are kind of matched out in burnt brown vests with light blue trim over kind of simple gray uniforms underneath, with the same ship design embroidered on the left breast. But the person standing at the door, yes, please, enter.
Thanks. I'll go on in.
The rest of you follow?
I'll be right behind him.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, there's what looked like a small, tiny space. You guys immediately walk through a doorway that leads to a wider stairway. There's plenty of room for all of you. It's not like a you need to be single file the whole way. It's just the second you get through the door, okay, there's room to spread about. You're basically in Union Station. It's just kind of a darker wood exterior to all of the structures, pillars and things. There's many different desks with people talking with patrons. Oh, sorry, employees talking with patrons. It's what looks like a very busy business space. The the employee that opened the doorway, as you all walk in and stand on the stairwell. And who, may I ask, is calling, and what is the nature of the business?
I'm gonna go up there before anybody else, and I'm gonna say, "My name's Blaskin Greenheart, and this is for you." And I'm gonna give him an apple.
And
They
we all
take the
leave.
apple.
That's it.
I mean, they had other stuff they wanted to talk about, but this is the first thing that I've actually like really done in my life, and I'm really proud of it.
And where am I supposed to deliver it?
You to your mouth. See, I don't have one, so I try to help everybody else use theirs.
He just looks down and up and down.
Go ahead, judge intentions me.
It's very delicious.
Blaskin, I don't think he's allowed to eat while he's working.
I don't know how to catalog this transaction.
A gift.
Wait. I think I know what he means, Blaskin. He is paying you to say hello in apples. Does that work? Is that what you meant by transaction?
Well, then this needs to go to the back room.
It's
But
for you
it's for you.
personally. He's trying to be nice to you.
We don't take gifts as employees.
Okay, how about a snack?
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Not poisonous. He created it.
No. It's very, very sweet, honestly.
Well, yeah, it's an apple.
Duh.
It's meant to be like that.
Is the problem that he gave it to you? Is that what the problem is?
I open the door and I guide people to desks, but rules are very strict on employee gifting.
It's not a gift. It's just
This
food.
is gonna be so much paperwork.
Oh, I have an idea.
What if I honestly, like, I know Blaskin has no facial features, but what if it looked like he was about to cry?
That's what I say. You're gonna make him cry.
What?
Like it?
Blaskin, are we inventing new emotive tools on your face?
No, I have no expression, but it's like you get the feeling, like his body language, his shoulders slump down, his back kind of crooks a little bit.
Does he
And
lean
Blaskin
forward a
goes,
little
"You
bit
know
and
what?
slouch?
He just breaks.
Does he eat the apple now?
Oh, hold on. He has to roll.
Okay. If not, I had one more idea.
Look, you're really putting me in a bind here, but I'm going to save this for my afternoon break. Okay? I'll just take it back to my locker and I'll store it away and I'll try it then. And then nobody will know and it won't be on record and everything will be fine. And
Okay.
and I will
guess that's
greatly
okay.
attempt to enjoy it. But you are definitely from somewhere new.
I'm pretty sure the place I'm from is really old.
well, all of you, given this interaction.
I'm pretty sure they're all
Um,
from other old places.
Yeah, but we haven't been here that long. You're right.
Yes, you have prime stench about you, all of you.
Wait, you can smell that?
You
I
watch
start
that
lift up
all?
my
I'm
arm.
sniffing
You know, smell
myself,
the pit.
yeah.
Lean over, smell Will.
I smell my own pit.
Okay, maybe you all have your own stench, but it's just it's. Oh my goodness. Look, I'm going to go put this away in my locker, but before I do, who are you here to see? Or do you have any job? Did you walk through the door unintentionally?
No.
Even if I did, I
No.
still would have tried to get the apple, and then I'll back away.
We're here because well, Iggy sent us and said you might be able to help us out for a favor.
Igneous. Oh, okay. Well, okay. You want to talk to, hold on, let the DM look at his notes. You need to talk to Ledger. Just walk. Look, I'm going to dash off to the side, but if you continue walking down these stairs, there will be a desk at the bottom, and there's one person who looks like he hates his job. That would be Ed. Tell him you're looking for Ledger, and he will point you in the right direction. And I'm going to go store this snack now. But thank you, sincerely, and I hope you don't die.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Same to you.
Appreciate that. It's a good
He's
thing to
crazy.
hope for people.
Well,
I lead in. It's like, I'm pretty sure I'll be okay. But the rest of them,
well, I think we're off to find Ledger.
Blaskin pauses for a moment, and then he goes, Flint, have you tried an apple?
One of yours?
Yeah. I don't think
No.
Wyvosh has had one either. Or Lucky.
No, I definitely had one. You gave one to me like a day or two ago.
I want to say that
It's like
Lucky actually has had one, but he's gonna pretend he doesn't so he can get more.
That
yeah,
was the
I
thing
haven't had
you
one of those yet.
You gave one to me immediately preceding our talk, our long and extended talk on dirt.
Do you want another?
That was the moment
Absolutely,
you
it was
came.
the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Please.
Yeet. Alright. Everyone who hasn't had one gets one. Okay, we're done.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're running low. You got like 2 left.
Oh, fuck.
You can only artificially fabricate so many apples on trees.
Actually, you gave me the ability to create dirt, which means I can plant the apple and plant growth it at any time now.
What have you done?
I don't know if I gave you the ability to put enough dirt on the ground to grow a tree.
Did it in a planter box.
Well, did you have a planter box,
You,
sir?
you hold on. Let's. It was called stubborn growth.
Yeah,
You know how
it
much
gives
dirt
you.
cubic feet of dirt is?
We're
Uh-huh.
gonna save the dirt talk for after session.
Okay.
It's another dirt episode.
Nice. So you've scared away the door attendant with an apple and some interaction. And you're on the top of the kind of a grand staircase, actually, in dark wood that leads down into a very busy kind of logistics and I'm searching for the right word, but it's just a very office environment.
Okay. Does anything stand out here, or is it all very uniform?
The only thing that stands out is that there's like a constant breeze flowing through. Like it's like you're in. I want to. I want to reference Japan, but I think I'm the only person that's been there so far. Like a good subway terminal that has like a really strong, like natural breezeway through it.
Mhm.
And so there's like a sense of daylight coming through like the back hallways, and then natural or sorry artificial lights in lanterns and different things around the space, but it's just this kind of dark wood construction all throughout with some kind of lighter pillars between the floor and ceiling. And I mean, think, I don't know, TV dramas with like police precincts where you've just got a bunch of desks where people can walk up and ask for things and sit down, or they're being booked. Uh, it's just kind of a dozen or so desks, but you were directed to one kind of directly at the end of the stairway that you guys came in on.
Hmm. Does anybody look like they want to be bothered, other than us? Does anybody make eye contact?
Most of the humanoids that you see in the space, which are of varied races and origins, uh, look like they're just tied up in discussion. There's people on both sides of desks, uh, filling out paperwork, discussing topics. You, you don't know, or you can't read lips or hear far enough to see, or sorry, to know what exactly they're talking about. But it just looks like a lot of business is getting done. A lot of questions are being answered, and forms are being filled out. There are some people that have a few crates beside them, but most of the people are just there completely unadorned with additional items. Writing on parchment and otherwise talking with employees. All the employees, by the way, wear the same outfits, the same kind of blue corded leather outfits with the gray underneath. So they're very easy to pick out.
Okay. I don't know which one's Ledger.
You were directed down to the desk to talk to Ed.
Oh,
and
Ed.
Point you towards Ledger.
Gotcha. My bad.
Okay. A lot of notes.
So does Ed's desk have like a name tag on it, or?
The person who scampered away with the apple pointed you toward the desk at the end of the staircase.
Oh, I thought like there was no way we would. Okay. I'll make my way to said desk.
Sure.
Um,
So a human, mid-40s, completely bald, wearing the uniform. Who did we lose?
Jack.
Jack said he's got a dip. He has to work early.
Oh, he had a dip. Okay. Good night, Jack. You have the completely bald, human, kind of mid-40s, wearing the same uniform as everybody else. Kind of unaffectedly looking up from some stuff they were working on a drawer that they close. Kind of turns back and looks to you. Can I help you?
If your name's Ed,
My name's Ed.
You're a married man, aren't you? Because you sound dead inside.
Sorry, what?
Never mind.
Yeah, I missed that. My hearing's not as good as it used to be.
I'm gonna slowly reach into my bag and put an apple in front of him and just be like, I think you need this more than any of us.
Is that an apple?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to accept gifts.
Can you give me like 1 copper for it?
Are you selling me something?
You're making this really hard,
He
man.
probably can't buy things too. They got a lot of rules.
just save him one for later, Blaskin.
I don't
I
think
ha-
an
Oh.
apple can fix whatever's wrong with this man.
I'll buy
Thank you,
it for
Blaskin.
3 copper.
Oh, never mind.
I'll only take it for 1.
How about 2?
Hey, give me
Drive
the
a
2.
hard bargain.
Wait, yeah. How about he gives you 2 and you give him 1?
Oh my god. Do not make this
Oh,
more complicated.
I will take the 2 copper, apparently.
He slowly reaches into a back pouch, pulls out 2 copper, slides it slowly across the top shelf, and then takes the apple and puts it down under the kind of overhanging desk in front of him.
Okay, well, that really burned a hole in my pocket. I only have 183 platinum, 366 gold, 43 silver, and 13 copper now.
That's a really big number of numbers.
I didn't say that out loud in front of this guy.
I was picturing you saying it in that very robotic, precise voice.
I know.
Well, Ed,
Yes, sir.
Iggy sent us. We're looking for a ledger.
Oh, you want ledger? Okay. Can I tell him the nature of the business?
I'll look back at everybody. Well, what exactly is the nature of our business?
Search and rescue?
I'll do it. Search and rescue.
Okay. He reaches down and pulls out a drawer, pulls out like a 8-inch thick binder, slaps it on the desk, starts. Hold on. I think it's here somewhere. Oh, okay. 4, 2, 5. Okay. He pulls a stone, kind of hand size, out of a second shallower drawer. He just says, pulls it up to his face. Sir, 4251 here. Iggy. Long pause. Okay, thanks. Puts it back in the drawer and shuts it.
Was it just me or I could hardly hear you?
Oh no! What
Was
Was
it?
that
Was everybody
after
else could
anybody
hear
else?
you fine, or was that just me?
It's a
I
little
mean,
quiet.
It's a little quiet, but I feel like it's just the monotone.
Yeah, I could be closer to the mic. Sorry, it's a
Okay, I was just
mic.
making sure.
Did
Whatever he said, I didn't hear it. If everybody else did, that's fine.
y'all want to recast?
Yes.
Was that hard to hear? Okay. He reached into a drawer, pulled out a stone. After he flipped through a big like binder, and looked up a number. Pulled the stone out and said, "Sir, the 4251 here says they're from Iggy." And then he pauses for a while. Okay. And he puts the stone back in the drawer and closes it. Give him a moment, and you can go. He turns around, points to a room off. Points to a door. It's like, I don't know, 40 feet off. Like, that's the meeting room. You can go meet with him there.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. I'll just head off over there.
Pleased to meet you. Thanks for the apple.
You're welcome.
I hope you're not allergic to cinnamon.
I'm not what?
It's funny without context. That sounds like a weird prophecy. Imagine someone on the street just grabbed you by your shoulders and just was just like, "Hope you're not allergic to cinnamon today."
It's like, what's the meme? Instead of telling people enjoy your day, say enjoy your next 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, y'all shovel through the office environment, make your way into a room that has kind of a bench along the back wall. There's kind of a center table that has like 2 seats on each side, and there is a single door on the opposite side of the table from where you came in. No mirrors or double-sided mirrors or anything like that. It's just it's a simple meeting room. There's some, torches lit in the corners. You notice actually most of the spaces in here have kind of these kind of breezeway. I don't know what the right word is. There's like grates at the ceiling level to just let air flow. So there's still like it's not stifling or anything. There's still plenty of fresh air in all of the spaces. You kind of see it when you walked in as you're. It's one of those like recollection moments as you're sitting in the room. You're like, oh, that's weird. There's this. It was actually kind of everywhere in the space that you walked in. But you only have to sit for about 30 seconds before the other door opens with kind of a very brisk and a completely kind of silvered and otherwise gray wooden, based on the different components, Warforged walks through the door, also wearing the same uniform on top of their mechanical construct, bowing a little low because of the room space, but then sits down on their side of the table. Well, I see we have a common benefactor. You are here on account of Iggy, no?
Aye, we are.
And what exactly is it you are looking to do?
Well, our friend is lost, and believe he's ended up in a rib cage. So we're looking for a way there.
You parley with all of the information on the table. Is unique.
Well,
Fine.
I value your time.
Shoot, wrong word. Flint,
Yes,
are you being honest or are you being deceptive?
I'm being honest.
Okay, we're just making sure. He rolled an insight check.
Yeah.
So. I like this about you. Okay. We have knowledge of. You said ribcage, yeah?
Aye.
Eh. We have something you might use. So for sure. But first, I believe Iggy, he said you would do something for us, yeah?
He did mention that there might be a favor request.
There, fair enough. We need some
They said
ship
dirt.
guards.
Damn.
Some guardians on one of our shipments. If it can get to its destination safely, then we can give you the information. We would gladly, spare the location of this portal for you.
Well, is there anything you can tell us about the job?
What do you know about the Swiftwind Mercantile? You know what kind of work they do?
No.
The less we know, the better, I assume.
Well, you should know more by now if you want to actually work with us.
So shady, but not that shady. Got it.
Ah, well. Do you feel that breeze flowing through the vents on the larger enclave?
It's hard to miss.
Yes. Welcome to the plane of air.
Oh. Well.
You are situated right now under the city of Breezeholm. Beautiful construct on an island of Earth.
interplane of air. And we sail airships. Hither and yon, delivering items all across this inner plane. Some of the currents, they take us into dangerous spaces or towards Genasi fortresses. And some of our cargo is very expensive. But when we get to our destinations, there are additional portals out of this space. It is it touches many, many worlds, many spaces. This elemental plane is very rich with, I don't know what you say,
Je ne sais quoi.
opportunities. But I will give you points for je ne sais quoi.
A certain, I don't know what.
So we have a particular shipment that needs additional guardian. Yeah. It just needs additional guardian.
Well, I don't believe that's outside our wheelhouse. I mean,
He kind of puts a finger, not to your lips, but like towards you, and just kind of like slides it slightly to the side, and looks over towards Blaskin. Where are you from? Is Scott asleep?
I would have
Scott,
said no.
you're muted. Maybe he's AFK.
Oh no! I've been waiting for him to say something this whole time.
He gets on the table, shoves an apple in the robot's face. His last apple.
I'm so
Then he
sad.
starts crying.
I just wanted to know his reaction the whole time. I was like, I thought he was just holding it in.
Passed out.
Scott, are you still there? No, he's muted. Oh, all right. Well, this will be the story we tell for weeks. Seems to be not awake. Okay.
His system's
So-
rebooting. He stalled. Had a memory leak.
Is he that old?
Yeah, he has problems once in a while. His eyes change colors.
Seems to be
Usually when he's angry.
He's got a. His eyes go red sometimes.
Yeah, and then he started speaking. Used to not speak the way he does. Different accent.
He won't stop cooking things.
And recently been growing a lot of apples. Tastes like cinnamon. He's probably got some in his
Sorry.
bag if you want to try one.
Oh, he's back.
What? Sorry, I was looking to make a cup of coffee because I was getting sleepy, and then I found out I didn't have any coffee filters.
Oh no!
I had to layer a bunch of toilet paper and
Oh my.
So
So-
you're just chewing on a coffee bean raw. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, like the goats of old.
There's somebody trying to talk to you.
Yeah, Scott, I don't know when you lost us. You're sitting in a room with the rest of the party talking to a Warforged.
Yeah, I heard that part. I'm not sure. Blaskin's kind of been like almost nervous
Sure.
because he's not sure. In the face of another Warforged, he's nervous. In the face of everyone else, he's fine. In the face of a second Warforged, Blaskin kind of goes into a state where he's like second guessing what he's supposed to be doing.
Sure. So the moment where I guess you were AFK, he's been talking to Flint this whole time and about the job and different details. And then there was kind of a bit of a lull where he just kind of pushes Flint aside and he looks over the table towards you, I think, on the back bench, and just asked, "Where are you from?"
Oh, I woke up on an island one day and that was it. And then I got picked up by a merchant ship. So I don't know if I'm from anywhere.
His head just kind of mechanically clicks side to side. You're from
To
an
live.
island, but not anywhere.
Yeah.
You
So
have
I
an
actually don't
interesting-
know anything about me.
A very interesting build.
Oh. Out of curiosity, does he have like do the second generation Warforged like this guy have facial features?
He doesn't have like a whole ton of expression on his face. What you do notice is that compared to you, he is mostly metal. The wood is more like inlay than actual construction, which for you is a lot of your actual core being.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering on that. I actually that was a question I've been wanting to ask for a while and I always forget because it's not super important, but like what the visual differences between Blaskin and true second generation Warforged would look like.
Yeah, any of the ones that are like currently active are very much like metal, like 90%.
Okay.
Wood
Whereas
is a
Blaskin
detail.
more like his flesh and organs are wood. This is more like just the nervous system is wood for them. That's
Not
the
even
way my
like
brain is interpreting it.
Yeah. Sure. We'll just leave it at that.
I mean, that's just what makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a very stark visual difference.
Yeah, I kind of just woke up on an island one day. I don't really know how I got there, and it took a really long time to learn how to talk, which is kind of, I think, why I don't talk like you.
His mouth kind of hangs open and then turns without changing, turns back to face Flint. And you think you, as a crew, can perform this guard duty?
I mean, well, we've been a crew before. I guess my question is, how long might we to be a part of this crew?
Well, this airship route should be about 3 standard days.
Is that good with everyone else? It's
I don't have any pressing issues.
yeah, same.
All those plants that are gonna die.
I just need to Yeah, I just need to make a quick shopping trip, and then I'll be ready to go.
Uh, 3 days work for some help. I think that's fair.
So primary payment would be location of a portal to ribcage. Supplementary payment based on performance would be up to 200 gold a person. No questions asked.
Uh, I think that's agreeable.
Yeah, we get a lot of those no question things. Kind of work.
Welcome to the center of the worlds. We have to do a lot of jobs for a lot of people. What is yours? Take it or leave it. We have the information you want. We have the payment. You have the muscle. Or we can find someone else.
I think we'll take it.
Is it agreed? I believe you speak for your team, but I'm getting a sense maybe there's some disagreement.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I'll look around at the others.
Sounds like a fair deal.
Have you ever sailed on an airship before?
No, sounds like fun.
Oh,
I didn't do so well on the water myself.
this is not the water.
Well,
It's entirely different.
It's being off the ground that bothers me.
Sorry, say again?
It's being off the ground that bothers me.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a bad time.
Just
Maybe
I'll-
stay below.
I'll try to stay below deck. Yeah.
Well, fair enough. He'll reach down into a right desk drawer, not very far down, pull out fairly shallow, like 3 sheets of parchment, and just spreads it out across the desk. And there are signatory spots for 2, 2, and 1 to capture everybody's signature.
Yeah, right. I'd look for a quill sign.
Oh yeah, he shoves like 2 ink pots with some quills forward.
I look around, like look for a little stool so I can something to stand, crawl up on.
Oh. Yeah, there were 2 seats across from the table. I think Flint took one. Everybody else was sitting on the back bench.
We'll take turns.
Yeah, I'll sign it.
So as you all finish signing your new contract, oh,
Blaskin signs very poorly. Blaskin has only written a handful of things in his entire life.
oh no. Blaskin kind of signs an X. Just That is
I was on an island for a year, and then I was on a merchant ship for 2, and then I was with you guys. Not a lot of reason for me to know how to write anything.
that is acceptable.
Thank you.
You know what, Will hasn't written anything in forever either.
Well, you haven't forgotten how to write.
I know. I want a chance to perform as poorly as Blaskin.
I love that you guys are racing to the bottom.
Nope.
No,
Dexterity.
you do fine. You're
My
like,
dexterity.
oh, I know how to write my name.
I wild shape into a smarter creature and write my name.
Listen, the last time I ever had to fill out official paperwork was like 6 or 7 years ago. I haven't
Oh,
filed any
man.
documents since then.
You haven't filed your taxes in 6... Dude! They're gonna come after you. The IRS is coming for their money.
IRS is coming for that new king.
The forest IRS?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
No, your new
IRS is
country
the
IRS.
Oh no, I've never paid taxes my entire life.
You're
Their
fucked.
news channel is like, he's
Oh,
the new
dude.
king, but he's never paid taxes.
Oh man, my back taxes are gonna be insane.
To raise the taxes in the populace to pay my taxes.
Can I pay my taxes in the equivalent weight of apples?
Can I file an extension?
Yeah. And then I turned to Blaskin. Blaskin, we really need to start selling more of these apples very quickly. I am in a time crunch.
Okay, really quick, because I know it's already like the hour it is, and I feel like this is a really kind of good cutoff point before the actual airship adventure. So Ledger leads you out of the room through the door he came through a couple of stairways, and you walk out onto. You're used to like piers on the ocean. This is a very unique space in general, I think, for everybody, because you walk out onto kind of a boardwalk that would be on the ocean, but it just looks down into endless sky and looks up into endless sky. And there are clouds hundreds of feet below you and thousands of feet above you, and it's just blue and breeze as far as you can see, besides where you are. Sorry?
I'm sorry, I thought that was you were pausing right there. Go, keep going.
As you look back toward where you walked out from kind of the subterranean, like, subway walk that we might be familiar with in New York or other metropolitan cities, you see like an island cliff kind of arching away up onto a softer, green ground, and you see multiple windmills all turning various angles. And there are you spot ships not in the ocean but just kind of coasting through the air with like arced sails above and below what you would consider the waterline of the ship, in addition to the standard upright sails, and in some cases like below right sails of these various cutters just kind of flowing through bright blue sky. And the docent Ledger points you all down a pier that just juts out into open space towards a ship that is bobbing slowly. It's anchored by a couple really thick ropes that you see get pulled on every now and then when a breeze comes through. Anchored there, and mentions that he will introduce you to Captain Bast and their XO named Poe. But I
So,
think that is where we will. Go ahead.
before you, I just want to ask, looking up and down, like I understand the elementalness of it, and it's a plane of air. But if we were to jump off of here and fall, do we just fall forever? I mean, there's no land, right? So, does it loop? Like, would we eventually see ourselves come back around to the top? How's this work?
Well, there's a couple of things. First off, please don't jump. Second, and he points to like 5 or 6 different dock hands. You see they've got like a harness on with like these weird metal loops on their shoulders that have a cord tied to like an anchor back closer to the rock of the island that you ascertain is kind of a safety line. And then he continues, if you dive into the ether, the currents will take you wherever they wish. You may come back to the island, for sure, but they are very fickle. So most of us try not to jump off the edge.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can understand. It just seemed like if you don't hit Earth or something, that you kind of just move around forever.
You are lucky.
Could you swim
you
like a
can-
fish in the air? Or you just fall?
There are many creatures that swim like a fish through the air here. I don't think you would be one of them.
Right. Gotcha. No swimming in the air.
You could do your best, I think. But I don't have good hope for you.
Now we'll end, I guess.
Yes. Okay. So that being said, you have been led up to the ship for this new quest. You'll be introduced to the captain and the XO when we pick up next week, and we will go forward with this airship guard quest through
Alright.
the plane of air.
So, thank you for running, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you for everyone who joined us, especially all the raids and follows. Very, very much appreciated.
Thank you, Internet.
We will see you next weekend here, and we will also be back Tuesday night for Kelsto's game, midnight Central, and then again Friday for his alternate game, which we're getting close to wrapping up. That's been 5 years. If you're interested in catching any of the old stuff we did, you can check that out on YouTube and Rumble. Likes, follows, and all that stuff was appreciated. And if you'll hang on through the credits, I'll find us someone to raid. Otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend. Night, everybody.
Good night.
Night, Internet.
Bye.
All right.